going to talk about the aged racehorses now. 4 years old and up. We've had some horses doing some great things. We've had some horses kind of stuck, right? The first horse on my list was Brace for Landing, and it was just unfair of him to race in the preferred one because they couldn't fill another class in Kentucky, and that's whatever. It's not Kentucky's fault, I guess, but I'm not racing him, 3 classes over his head. That's just unfair to the horse. So he's on his way back to Ontario. Now, I'm torn on this. Could have sent him to Minnesota, could have brought him to the Meadows, but we have Kings County and stay close there. Where would we fit Brace for Landing? Didn't really want to race him at Northfield Park. I could have sent him out east, I suppose. I just thought that, you know what, let's race the horse at Mohawk and see how he does. At the very least, when Collector exits that 50 claimer for non-winners at 10, which he will at some point. He's got 4 wins. At some point, he's got 5 wins. At some point, he'll exit that class. And when that happens, then Brace can potentially win there if that's where we want to put him. I'm not certain I made the right move going to Ontario, but I don't think that there was an obvious better choice for him. So I just thought that maybe going back to where he trained down, where there is at least a place to race him, was the best place to go. So that's where Brace is going. Just mentioned Collector. Bled a little bit his last start. He was 5th. They'll race him back next week, and we'll see how he races. Keep a close eye on him, but I believe he should be able to do in that class. I think he was the morning line favorite, if I'm not mistaken. Kenobi continues to race good out at Saratoga. We'll see how he races in the coming weeks. But very, very happy with Kenobi. Spitfire Overseas will race this week. A lot of people saying, what happened? Why wasn't he in? This is simple. It wasn't an error. The vet was doing vet work on Spitfire Overseas. He was there exactly 5 days before the race, I believe, and the medication they used when injecting him hit a 6-day withdrawal. It's pretty simple. It's just math. It was either not do the work, which to me was not acceptable, or just wait the extra week and train him up. Now, I guess if we were going to give him 3.5 weeks off, I should have just thrown him in the field for another 2 and given him 5, but that's neither here nor there. We'll see how this plays out. It's an imperfect situation. Here you have a horse that should have been tired weeks, if not months ago, and has done some of his best racing in the last little while. So I'm interested to see how Spitfire Overseas is going to race this week. Tactical Mounds is racing great. Now she has the race in Ontario coming up. I don't know if Megan plans to ship her up to race there, the one start, and then she goes right back to New Jersey, I believe, after that. I have to look at the schedule again and talk to her. I'm not positive, but the horse has been racing great. I had a great conversation with Joel, as I generally do, last week, and he said, is there any way to get her in a little softer than that crew? No, she is a Grand Circuit mare, one of the best mares around. Again, you asked her to race in a 5-horse field the last start. Put 10 of them together, those open mares, and have them actually race and see how Tactical Mounds does. I think Tactical Mounds would do very, very well. I think she is in the mix of that Grand Circuit crew. I think she is one of the best aged mares racing right now in that circuit, and I think she'll do very good. And sometimes we forget just how good she really is. So eager to see her race throughout the season, and happy with the way she's been racing thus far. Tech Song Soprano continues to race good. Just Megan and Scott are doing a great job with this guy. He's just turned into be such a nice horse. Very similar to Spitfire. Has raced all throughout his 3-year-old season and now into his 4-year-old season. And it's impressive to watch him do it. He's just been racing great week in and week out. All Gas No Brakes began training last week. I saw him train on Saturday. I thought the horse looked awesome. Very, very happy with what I've seen with All Gas No Brakes. Turned what was obviously lemons into him injuring his leg when he made a break into a little bit of lemonade, hopefully. He got a short rest, little freshening up period, and now he's back going full steam ahead. Greatest Ending, yes, I know. He took him off the gate the other night. He's not that good when you don't leave with him, but you can't just blast him every week. And if Devin thought that he probably was not getting off the gate on the right foot, he took him back, then that's driver's discretion. I'm certainly not going to get upset over that. If that was the route that he chose, then there was a reason for it, and I'm sure he'll be fine next week. Looks like Money got a week off. He'll race next week in Ontario. I've been happy with him. I don't think we've seen his best work yet, but he's on the cusp. He's right there, and he's on the border of getting into there. Renegade Gypsy just got beat for second last night at Hoosier Park. I think he continues to race decent. He has his weeks where he's not good, and he'll have his weeks when he's very good. Last night he was just so-so. He was pretty good. Serious Dragon is back, ready to go now. 2 real solid qualifiers at 56, 27 on the end of it. He's ready to start back up now at Mohawk. 3-point blue chip. Finished second in 53 and 4 last week. Back in to go. They keep letting him in that same class. That's fine. That's fine with me. You know, it makes all the sense in the world that he stays down there right now. My concern, as I talked to Julie and I talked to Tom about him a few weeks ago, was that once he get out of that Nalmers and 4,000, there's not an Nalmers preferred 2. We see that because Brace had to leave. So if there's not a preferred 2 and he can't race in the Nalmers and 4,000 class, if they can't keep writing him in and they start trying to put him in the open, at that point he'll probably leave Oak Grove and come to either the Meadows or Mohawk via the Meadows. He'll start there likely once or twice. I'd like to see the horse find his way back to Mohawk also. Yo Mister, I think way down in class tomorrow. He'll probably be pretty useful tomorrow night for James. I know I caught a little flack because Jody kind of wanted to retain the drive on him now that he dropped way down. I didn't know that he dropped way down, to be honest, and quite frankly, I've told everybody I don't say a whole lot, but when it comes to drivers, when your brother is the leading driver in Canada, you're certainly going to use your brother first and foremost. No Free Lunch should be in to go Wednesday at Scioto. They got him back going now, so that's good to hear. Eager to see, fingers crossed with this guy. He's coming off 2 minor injuries. Well, no, 2 injuries that could have been a little more severe. Stacy and Dr. Carter have done a great job getting him back. Brett did a great job qualifying him. Let's see where he goes from here. I'm eager to see where he goes from here. Oakwood Cowboy. I just spoke to Dominic. He's like, you trained great in 2-4. I'd like to train him a couple more times. And I said, Dom, come on. This horse is an aged horse that has disappointed everybody. I don't think he's got enough leash left for 2, training trips at Mohawk. I think he certainly and should most definitely be in to qualify on Friday. James is going to go with him. Rather than train the horse in 2-2, won't qualify him in 59. I just don't see the use in another training mile, so I fully expect that he'll be in to qualify next Friday at Mohawk. Stay close. Bled, a little bit of blood, a little bit of mucus last week. We're going to try and dry that up. I think a lot of this, the horse is hurting a little bit to his feet. He always looks a little choppy, he always looks a little off when he pulls braids. With the hard track the other day, I think it was a little more accentuated, and I think he did look a little stiffer to me. So I think we need to do a little bat work on him and get him back going in the straight and narrow. Kings County, I thought, looked fantastic the other day. I can't wait to see either drive him myself or watch him race this week. I was very, very happy with what I saw from Kings County. Delicious Stone, just not quite there yet. I would have hoped that he would have qualified on Tuesday. Stacy trained him. We'd sent him down there to get Dr. Carter to work on him with the same type of soft tissue medication they used on No Free Lunch. You just can't quite get him right. Now, they didn't think he was really sore at all when he went down there. They didn't want to put the medication in. It's fine, okay. I'm not telling you what to do. When they trained him, he was still a little stiff on that right hind. So I believe Dr. Carter is in fact going to inject him with that this week. So that might send him back another week or 2. But when you're dealing with these things, you can't push forward. You have to do what's right for the horse always. And when it comes to a situation like this, I think we've seen this a few times. You just have to be very careful how we tread with Delicious Stone. He'll be ready soon enough, I'm sure. And Patrick DePrana, I believe, comes back in next weekend. He's had 3 or 4 weeks off. We'll bring him back and have him ready to go in the next few weeks also. Here at the Meadows for the summer. He did well last summer, and I have every reason to believe he'll do well again this summer. So with that, I'll let you go. You're now all caught up. Your 2-year-olds, your 3-year-olds, your 4-year-olds. Aside from the issue with She Sits at the Bar this week, we've had a tremendous run all week. Sure, I would have loved to win with Arson, and time is on my side. But let's be honest. 3rd to Carl with Pickpocket, pretty good. Make a break in the first turn, circle up around them and try and chase down the Breeders' Crown winner from last year with Time Is On My Side. Pretty good. Arson paced 52 on a skeptical track on a day where I just told you how good Time Is On My Side was, and he paced 53 and 1. Can't complain much there. Memory and Imagination, a winner out of the 8 hole. He was all over Pennsylvania with him Friday afternoon, and he raced great. Going to the Bunker Hill next week. So our heavyweights of the 3-year-old division have come back. We've had some surprises, both good and bad, but that will happen in racing. Our racehorses are holding strong, and our 2-year-olds look very, very good as they approach qualifying 2024. So with that, I will let you go. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We certainly did. It was fantastic watching Ollie play baseball all weekend long. He was the MVP of the tournament for the Guelph Royals. Played great, and very, very proud of him, and very, very happy with the way things are going overall as we head into the middle of May 2024. So with that, I'll let you go. Take care. Hope you all have a wonderful week.